Mm. Hello, my name is Genevieve, and I work and live in the realm of spirit. And I'm here today to share a prayer with you and hopes with intentions that the prayer may bring something beautiful to your life today, provoke some thinking, and encourage you to offer and make your own prayers for yourself, the community, or the world. And so I have found that prayer is an outlet for bringing what has the deepest heart and meaning to me out in the world. And so making a prayer is a way of setting great and beautiful intentions for what we would like to see in the world, for the healing and growth that we would like to see happen. And I've also found that prayer is a way to bring solace or to bring some peace when it feels like there's nothing else I can do. When something is bigger than myself, bigger than a way that I can make a contribution or impact or help something, I find that defaulting to making a prayer and asking for good things to come around what I'm thinking about can bring me a sense of peace that I have contributed in some way to the bigger picture. So with the world changing right now and each of us going through different uh, situations in life, and sometimes it's quite challenging being in the world right now. I have found that having a daily practice and ritual of making prayers can just really create a sacred container to live in so that we can become the walking altar. And so making prayers creates an energy within us and around us. It brings the sacred in, it calls the sacred through our heart. It's a way of putting sacred through us and into the world, and can literally create a beautiful energy field, a sacred altar that we can live in and take with us wherever we go. And so by creating prayers and intentions and being in the sacred, that energy is what we carry in and to and through the world. And so I will share a prayer in hopes that this brings something to your heart today and that we can connect through this work. So thank you for allowing me and for being here with me at this time. Mm. Well, he's great mystery, great spirit creator. We think about a lot of things each day, and things crossed our minds and things cross our hearts and our path and our journey. And we pray that we can have a sense of peace and calm and clarity around the things that enter us and enter our day and enter our minds and our hearts and our souls. I pray that the East touches each of our lives today, and we thank you for the East as the sun rose this morning and created us a new day. And with that creation is an opportunity and to be in this world and to be in this world in a good way and to make good medicine here. And so we thank you for the ability to wake up and to start something new, or to pick up where we left off, but to continue the creation of life, the creation of our own dreams. The East, we thank you for the ability to dream and to vision, not only for ourselves, but for the world as a whole. And we pray that you show us what's needed at this time and what the collective energy needs, and the people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the natural world. And so we ask to include and make space and room always in our prayers, not only for what we're seeking around opportunities and change and growth, but also the change for what is needed in the collective, what is needed for the world, what is needed for our people, what is needed for our animals. And so we invite you in. I invite you in through this prayer to show us today and to guide us into knowing and having a deeper knowing around how to make our prayers and what to ask for and how to place our good energies in this world for growth and healing and change. We thank you for the light. We thank you for the ability to harvest. We thank you for the planting of dreams and visions. We thank you for the ways that our dreams and visions create a beautiful impact and change in this world for our own lives, the way that we're able to live and walk and be. Allies of the East, we thank you and we welcome you in a good, true, and beautiful way always. Allies of the South, in order to create the dream and in order sometimes to fulfill the dream and to nurture the dream, we need action and we need a full and open and clear heart and we need passion. And so South, we invite the fire and we invite the fire behind the dream and the ability to put one foot in front of the other and know when to take right action and make rightful steps, not only for our lives, but the lives of those that we impact and the way that we have impact on the lives around us, as well as the planet. And so we ask that the nature of the South show us and guide us each individually, as well as a collective humanity around our own stewardship to our hearts and leadership to our lives, and show us how to move and change and use the passion of our heart and the fire behind our dreams so that we can begin to create paths forward and we can begin to see the way and we can see it clearly and we can know where we're going and what we're doing. And so that having direction and having guidance from the unseen world, each of us having our own guidance as well as the guidance for the collective, we thank you. We thank you for the ability to use the fire for transformation and to transmute what is willing and wanting to change. And we thank you for the ability to have courage around our own passion in this life and have courage to take steps forward into our own creative nature and have the courage to access our dreams and to help bring energy and life and love to them. The South is also joy and humor and laughter. And so although life can be serious, we ask that each of us can have pure-heartedness and lightheartedness and light-footedness and joy and humor and play in this world, and that we can inspire one another to lift our feet up and off of the earth and to know how to just be and to know how to dream with the innocent dream. And so we thank you for all of the gifts, the medicine, the magic that comes from the South. We welcome you in a good, true, and beautiful way, and we thank you all. Allies of the West, we thank you so much as the day has risen in the East and it will set at some time for each of us today. In the West, we thank you for the closing of things. We thank you for the settling down, and we thank you for the way that the energy softens. And we thank you for the time of autumn that guides us through the gateway and through the doorway to ourselves. And so we thank you for the work of the self, inner reflection, the journey deep within, the ability to navigate the emotional waters, but also know when to resurface. So how much time to spend with the self and when to resurface and take a deep breath and come out of our work and release our processes and know how to integrate and be in the world. And so we pray the West can support and offer medicine here and show us how to navigate in a good way our growth, our development, where we are, what we need. Please guide us in knowing how to have a good conversation with our soul's journey in this life, and knowing how to bring that forward. We thank you so much for the water from the skies, the earth, and our body on the planet, the way it nourishes and feeds us, the clarity it brings to us. We thank you for the good, true, and beautiful medicine of the West. Allies of the North, we thank you for the winter, and we thank you for this time where the earth shows us how to recuperate, restore, and regenerate ourselves. And I pray that each and every one of us here today and on the planet has good medicine with restoration, that we know how to individually and for our own individual unique needs, how to restore and recuperate and regenerate oneself. I pray that each of us can do that in a good way so that we can balance our own medicine shields and give our resources back to oneself and know how to nourish our own roots so that we can be full, that we can be filled up in the ways we need at this time. Allies of the North, we thank you for the sleeping dream, the nighttime, the ability to rest oneself and to dream. We thank you, grandmothers of the moon, for sending the dreams. And we thank you for all the light beings of the beautiful North that hold the gateway from here to there. We thank you for the bridges across realities, from the practical to the unseen. We thank you for the ravens and crows, shamans, healers, light workers. We thank you for the ability to cycle through and shed. We thank you for the death that happens around the north. We thank you for the letting go and for the bison that shows us how to have courage in this time of change. We open the space to you and welcome in good medicine here. Aho. Kankashila, Father Sky, Makina, Mother Earth, the container of all things, she who holds us, he who gives to us life, everything in between. We pray for all that is, the two-legged, the four-legged, the winged ones, the natural world, our trees, our rivers, our plants. We pray for our bodies as we are one with the earth and the sky. We pray that we can give back in a good way. I pray that each of us leaves it better than we found it, that we can make good medicine and prayers. We thank you for the prayer makers, the drum beaters, the rattle shakers, the dancers, the ceremonies, the rituals. We thank you for loving connection, the ability to be with each other, to be with one another, for each of us to be a thread and a fiber of the entire makeup and being of this world of creation. We thank you for the ways that we are the compost for the new world. We thank you for the ways that we have cleared and open paths for new things to come. We thank you for the ways that you guide us and show us how to use our own gifts, talents, and medicines to make something beautiful in this world. We thank you for the ways that we are redirected when we need to be shown a different path. We thank you for the ways that we have deep and meaningful knowing and connections with ourselves and others. We thank you for the teachers, the mentors, and the ancestors who've walked this path before us, who are clearing the way and showing us where they left off and we've picked up. We thank you for the ability to make the prayers, to open the space, and to be with each other and with you. I close the wheel. Oh. That's the prayer for today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much.